My name is Raphaëlle Plante. I'm 24. No, that's not true. I'm 23 and I do synchronized swimming. First of all, my dad was working for the Cirque from way back when. He started in Cirque. He toured with Cirque. He had my sister. She popped out in Australia. They had me. I popped out in Austria. Then come to Laval, someplace in Quebec. And then they're like, actually, we're gonna move to Vegas for O. So then bring the whole family to Vegas. Then I see the show O. I see synchronized swimming. I see the whole like, wow, like you're a child looking at, I don't know, a Barbie show if it's more relatable to you, but like I was looking at, oh, I was like, I like this, I like this. So then we had this like, from our school, this tryout synchronized swimming camp for summer. It was like 7 or 8. And they put me and my sister in it. And then I was like, oh, I like being in water because I had so much energy when I was a kid and I always wanted to move or like jump on stuff. But I was so bad with gravity that it was just like, it was perfect. You put me in water without gravity, I don't hurt myself. I'm tired at the end of the day, you know, it's perfect. So then I go into it, I start to like age of 14 in Vegas competing with the Nevada Desert Mermaids. And then at one point, since I was an American, I couldn't compete with the USA. So at one point, if I wanted to go higher and join a national team, then I had to move to Canada. So then we moved to Quebec. Then I went to like a sport, I don't really know, sport athlete, education athlete, kind of mixed. I don't know how to say it in English, but the mixed schools, like with sport and education. And then it was a hard time because I spent like the beginning of my childhood in French and then switched to English, learn English, and then switch back to French. But like all that time period of no French, I was, So it was a hard time. But then like everybody was so nice. They welcomed me into the club. And then at one point I was like, you know what? I want to make a national team. Like I think I can do it. And so come like COVID year, and then they like no tryouts or anything. They're just like, from previous tryouts, they invited juniors to join the Olympic national team for Tokyo. And they're like, do you want to come to Montreal and join the national team and train with the Olympic team? I was like, oh, are you kidding? Yes, I'm there. So then we moved to Montreal, then trained. Obviously, I didn't go to the Tokyo Games because I was still a junior and wasn't my time, completely understandable. And then train, qualify, go to the Olympics, the whole shebang, and it's just like, I did it after all these years. Woo! Like, first of all, you learn how to swim, then you learn all the techniques, then you make it to big competitions, but like to the level of like an Olympic level, depending on like obviously how you work and what type of, on how you move as well, depends on how obviously physically able and apt you are, but for some, it's really easy. Like some started at the age of 12 and still went to the Olympics, which is like 12 is pretty old. I just felt really honored and like so grateful to actually represent Canada because I had gone so many years of competing for another club and then having like Canada pride and having everybody, your whole family, your whole support system, everybody from Canada, and being able to like hold the flag and be like, this is us, we did it. We are here, and it doesn't really, like at the Olympic Games, we didn't didn't get any medals at the Games because it's all a combined score of 3 routines. So, but like honestly, the fact that we just went, and it was such a crazy year with competitions, with behind the scenes, with our sport change, everything, like it was just so hectic that the fact that we just went, and when we went together like as a whole and we were so unified as a team that it was just all like a little surreal that we were so unified and that we did the whole competition like as an actual family, because it's so easy to just like kind of do your own thing and be separate, or since you're always together, you're kind of like sisters, you bicker, and you're just like, no, it's not my vibe. But like, because of everything that we'd gone through, qualifying and going to all these competitions and all the ups and downs and everything that comes around it, like it really, really, really made us so close. And then just going through it, no matter what placement we got, we were just so happy to be there and to love each other and to love what we do. For me, it was really like being with the team, going to competitions and really just enjoying what you do, except because like when it comes to, yes, a medal's always fun and it's always, you know, you always end up, whether you get a medal or not, you'll be proud. So, and for me, if I let myself go to like the medal, I always just put that pressure on. So honestly, I never really competed for a medal, but the difference between competing in competition and competing in a show, it's, like I said before, it's a lot more liberating, because honestly, you just go, like before I go on the stage in a show, I'm like, okay, this is my character. You're gonna amplify this character today. Versus like going in competition, it was like, breathe, have fun and smile. Like, it was like really preparation of just try to get through it. And here it's just like, be free, be like, playful. And if something at the tug comes out, let it come out, like, you know? So it was a lot more like, versus this. Well, at first, it was like, because the Olympics was such a surreal experience that I was like, right off the bat, I want to do another one, let's go. But like, realistically, I knew for me, I wanted to do something else. I wanted to do either like continue my studies, and also I wanted to keep swimming, but like I didn't want to keep swimming with that much of an intensity, because also my body couldn't really handle it. I'm a little fragile. But after that, since growing up in Cirque, and I was seeing like, this is a new show with water, it was like automatic, it's a perfect switch. I did my Olympics, I did my last year of like grounding and enjoying my sport and just like really just enjoying what you do and love what you do. That was my last year. I made peace with it. I was like, okay, I'm ready to move on. And there's still sometimes like a bittersweet feeling of like, I'd want to go back and do it again, but then I love it here. I love the people that we work with, and I love that I got to be a part of the whole creation, and that it's something just completely different. And honestly, it's a lot more liberating. So far, so good. I think that there was a part that it was in Mexico, because it was like hot, and also the whole creation, because synchronized swimming isn't in a lot of Cirque or any other circus company, because it doesn't tour. You can't bring a pool with you everywhere you go. So the fact that this was like really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's just a duet, that it was like kind of like nitpick of who you take. And I was just like, you know what, let's challenge ourselves, let's go, let's try. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, I tried. Creating was very different, since I was so used to like the synchronized swimming system of like doing this, or like the elements that you had to do and being so perfect in everything, and the lines and the feet and the smile and the hair. And here, like switching it automatically, because it was almost an automatic switch, that it was like, okay, what do you think will look good in the water? I'm like, in my head in competition, I'm so locked into what I'm doing. And now I just like really try to look at the audience and see their faces and reactions, versus like in competition, I just looked at like, oh my God, a judge smiled, but you know, I would never, like you can't do anything about it. You still just have your whole routine to do. But here, versus like if you see somebody react, you're just like, hi, you can do something about it. It was a really proud moment for myself that I moved on, I said goodbye, I tried, I made it, I'm here, and we did a whole creation, and I'm, really grateful. I hope the audience feels some type of like joy and kind of giddiness, like, ooh, like a little bit of, because it's a very unserious act, but also it's something that not a lot of people see, the up and down whole aspect of synchronized swimming. So I hope, like, first of all, that they're somewhat impressed by what we do underwater, even though it's not like, we don't show a whole lot because we're trying to be physically pleasing and nice and pretty. But obviously, since not a lot of people actually do see what we do and how we do it, that I know that they like it, and they kind of realize what's going on underwater, that it's not just like being pretty. And also just a little bit of joy and like childness in themselves, and just, okay, I like this and it's different, you know? And it's also something that Cirque doesn't really show. So yeah, having a little different side of Cirque. Even stopping competing doesn't mean I have to stop swimming. So being here and still doing what I love, just being actually still having the freedom, liberty, and continue doing it in front of people that enjoy watching it. I don't know, it's really important for me because I love swimming and I didn't want to stop just because I didn't want to keep competing. So I just love it and people love it too. And it's nice to have a little like magnifying glass on you and just like, hello. It's not about having a perfect score or being the best country or having the best line or being the highest, that it's about self-gratification and self-improvement. It's why did you enter this sport? Why did you start it in the first place? Not to get a gold medal at the Olympics. It always is nice, but for me, I think going into the Olympics and having the whole process of qualifying for the Olympics, that's what switched my mindset of it doesn't matter. I'm still here, I'm still the person, you know? Like it doesn't change who you are, whether